talk about G2A, a company which, if you're like me, you'd recognize by their logo which has appeared on so many Twitch streams, the logo might as well have burnt itself into your monitor. If you're not aware, G2A is basically a place where you can buy unused game keys for various games. Or, as G2A put it in this actual commercial,
"Come to our magical land for gamers.
Please, buys, sells.
G2A.com, the biggest digital marketplace."
OMG! The value is pure ownage! Hashtag game. Oh god, sorry about that. It's important to note that these keys don't come from the developers or publishers themselves. Rather, they come from users who happen to have obtained these keys either through a bundle or, as you'll find out, through more nefarious means. Depending on your perspective, G2A is either the eBay of game keys, or if you're feeling less generous, it is the dodgy back alley pawn shop of e-keys. What? Hey, do you want this wallet? It's definitely probably not stolen. There are some who believe G2A to be on the pawn shop side of that spectrum. In September 2015, Riot Games banned G2A as a sponsor of League of Legends team after it found the site to have been selling ELO boosting services and leveled up LoL accounts. G2A responded by continuing to sell those products to this day. And on top of that, earlier this year, when a Brazilian player was fined for wearing a G2A logo after the ban, the company valiantly stepped in, paid for the fine, and made a press release which was so back-patty. I'm surprised that it didn't turn itself around and finish off the happy ending. Until it did. Quote, "G2A shirts became overnight a symbol of protest." Yes. Because people are known to rise up and fight for the rights of industry-leading companies. Yes, don't you all remember that time after the Exxon Valdez oil spill when everyone was proudly walking the streets wearing their dicks out for Exxon t-shirts? More recently, G2A's critics have accused the site of doing nothing to stop fraudulently sold keys being put on the marketplace. How did this work? It's kind of simple, but it's also kind of boring. So whilst I'm explaining it, please enjoy this gallery of generic cybercrime stock photos. Stolen credit cards are used to en masse purchase keys from various bundle sites and other key resellers. These are then placed onto the G2A marketplace at a much lower price than those of other games, which means they'll be quickly snapped up before the credit cards are reported as stolen and the purchases nullified. However, by this point, the frauders have made their money, G2A has earned its fees, and the publishers are not only out of pocket for the original payment, but they are also slogged with a chargeback fee, which may amount to tens of dollars per transaction. This happened to Humble Bundle in 2012 when they lost $44,000 in 24 hours because of chargebacks. This all came to a head in June when indie publisher Tiny Build released a blog post accusing G2A of selling $450,000 worth of its games on its marketplace without compensation, and it believed that many of these keys were fraudulently obtained. G2A took the high road in its response and, no wait, not the high road, the other one, and released a statement which was just filled with pettiness and ad hominem attacks, which before eventually calling on the company to, quote, "provide their list of suspicious keys within 3 days from the date of this transmission." That may look like a press release, but without language, it almost sounds like a ransom note. This story in particular caused massive dissent amongst the community and caused a lot of G2A's major YouTube and Twitch partners to sever ties with the company, including Lyric and Mr. Matty Plays. Although, I don't think G2A is quite ready for this breakup. And this is true. When I was researching this piece, I was watching Mr. Matty Plays' video explaining why he left G2A. What ad appeared on that video? None other than our old friends at G2A.
My sponsorship with G2A.com, which has just been terminated, and I wanted to give you guys a little bit of
How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes, got nowhere to run.
To G2A's credit, it has changed its policies. It now allows developers to apply for a 10% royalty on any of its games sold on the site. It has also introduced verification policies for new sellers to try and reduce the fraud. These changes come as better late than never, but there are still some questionable practices on G2A. They are still selling the ELO boosters that cause them to be banned from League of Legends, and I don't even have the time to get into G2A shields. Suffice to say, the cancellation process reportedly involves 11 steps and 20 minutes. G2A are on their way to legitimacy, but they are being dragged there, kicking and screaming. I understand the need or the desire to want cheaper games, but there are more legitimate ways to get these games. You don't have to go through the company that purports its shirts to be, quote, an act of protest. And that is everything that has happened in the world, ever.